You're on the ground. I feel like at the beginning of the season, the conversation around AC Milan wasn't could they be title contenders. It was could they be top 4 contenders. Has that started to shift after the hot start to the season?
Depends who you speak to, Seb. I think the Milan camp is still very realistic. Top 4 Champions League return is certainly their objective this campaign. But I can tell you from here on the ground, the narrative in the media has shifted. It is now questioning, well, can Milan do it? Can they end this Juventus run? They, of course, were the team that last won the Italian title before this 9 straight Scudetti run of Juve, which was way back in 2011. It did feature Zlatan Ibrahimovic, so perhaps why not again? A really exciting test for them this weekend. They, of course, go to Napoli, where they haven't had too much success in the last couple of decades. So a big test, and, well, can they extend their advantage at top of the table?
Adriano, I wonder what people are saying about Juventus. Is there some sense that this is finally it? This group that has been so dominant domestically for so long is truly, really vulnerable?
It is very different, the narrative for Juve this season. Obviously, a number of new faces on the pitch, and clearly Andrea Pirlo as well in the very early stages of his young managerial career. So the word is, look, not too much pressure on Pirlo, particularly given the fact he didn't have a typical off-season with his players, his squad, and, of course, friendly matches to really figure out his best 11. He is doing that on the job. So, look, I do feel ultimately whatever happens on the pitch this season, so long as they do start to see some progression, I think he'll get a pass if he finishes in the top 4 at the very least. But a very different feel about Juventus here in the media in the early stages of the campaign.
All right, back to Milan. Look, they're top of the table. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is leading Serie A in goals. Everything's going well, but he is 39 years old. Are they too, to borrow a phrase that we've used a million times on this show when we were talking about Messi dependent or Ronaldo dependent, is Milan too Zlatan dependent, and is that a real problem given his age?
It's an interesting question. Look, are they too dependent? So far, so good. He has obviously scored in every Serie A game that he's featured in, but they've all obviously had some very good matches without him as well, both in the Europa League and Serie A. I think as the season goes on, we'll need to start to see some other players, particularly up top, really start to shine. And one player in Ante Rebic, who did score 11 goals last season, yet to register a goal this season. There is area to grow and improve. So I do feel at this stage they are a little Zlatan reliant, but as the season goes on, I'm sure just his presence will be enough to bring out the very best in some of the younger players in that squad, which we have already seen. So look, it's exciting times ahead. Milan's objective does remain the top 4, and Zlatan will be very keen to play a key part in that.
Zlatan, 8 goals so far this season. Cristiano Ronaldo, just 6. Who do you think ends the season with more?
I'm going to tip Cristiano Ronaldo here. I do feel actually that Juventus are more reliant on Ronaldo for goals. It just does feel that if Ronaldo doesn't score, a Juventus win is not a certainty. And as I said, I think that there are some other players at Milan who can improve, but both players have scored in every Serie A match they've featured in this season. My tip, both players to score 30 plus in Serie A this campaign.
I'd be remiss if we didn't at least mention Napoli. Boy, they were 7th last year. Really just a disastrous campaign on all fronts. How do you explain the turnaround that now sees them in 3rd?
Gennaro Gattuso has had an amazing impact on this Napoli team. Some new players that have come in and really had an impact. Osimhen up top, unfortunately misses the match against Milan this weekend. A big blow for Napoli. He picked up a dislocated shoulder while on international duty with Nigeria. But look, they're playing great football. They've got some stars in their team. Lozano with 4 goals in the league this season. Lorenzo Insigne, if you saw him with Italy in the international break, certainly a world-class player and capable of doing anything. So a really strong Napoli team, and they come up against the league leaders in Milan this weekend, a team who have only won once in Naples since way back in 1998. So history certainly on the side of Gattuso's men coming into this weekend as they take on his former club in what is certainly one of the matches of the weekend right around Europe.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week, subscribe to ESPN Plus.